happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys could probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, guys, definitely gonna want to see this one. As we got an explosion on set, Fox News the 5. We got that Fox News the 5 host, Harold Ford Jr., getting into a little back and forth with Judge Jeanine. And I'm just going to say it, guys. We all know that usually does not end well. I'm excited to get into this one, so we're going to hop straight into it. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into it, you guys hit that like button, also hit that subscribe button for your boy. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
There'll be a backlash. And Judge, do you think that we'll see some results? I'm so hopeful. Well, I don't want to get my hopes up too high and be disappointed.
I think we are going to see results because I think that Tom Homan is, with the support of the Trump administration, they are going to prosecute people for knowingly harboring illegals. That is a crime, and they're going to prosecute those crimes. What I think is interesting is that Mayor Adams forgot he was a cop for the first couple of years of his being the mayor. And I used to yell here and say, I want to see you roll your sleeves up and go to a homicide scene and be a real cop. But now that he's been indicted, you know, maybe he's had a change of heart. What bothers me, though, is the quote is this. We want to deport those who are convicted of repeated violent crimes. First of all, as far as I'm concerned, any crime, since you're here illegally, is enough. And by the way, we've got 1.4 million deportation orders already before we even get to the violent crimes. Okay, so they've got a huge job. And you compare New York and Chicago to each other. You know, at least in New York, Mayor Adams, to his credit, you know, he's singing the right song. He's in the right choir now. And I'm happy about that. But what's going to happen is if Chicago and Brandon Johnson decide, like Maureen Healey from Massachusetts and who's the other one, Newsom from California, you know, if they want to protect illegals who are criminals, even those against whom a deportation order has been issued, you know what's going to happen? All of the illegal criminals are going to go to their states. And you know what? Good on them.
Good point.
They're going to end up with an incredible number of illegals who are going to commit violent crimes. And finally, I think it is amazing that you would want to fight the deportation orders, especially if your job, you know, if you're so ideologically left that you forget you work for the American people.
Yeah, just
Wow, guys. Judge Jeanine hitting the nail right on the head. And that's why I like to come to her for her takes, because I feel like she's usually calling the balls and the strikes straight down the middle, no matter what side you're playing for. She's saying, hey, there all these states that are going to try to, you know, buck against the system, buck against the incoming border czar, Tom Homan. Shame on them, but they're going to bring all that, you know, onto themselves as far as illegals. If they're going to try to harbor them, they're going to just keep funneling into your state instead of, you know, these other states where they're like, hey, we're going to follow orders of our border czar, Tom Homan. He's obviously got a plan. He's trying to clean this country up. Just doesn't make sense to me either why these folks want to fight against, you know, something that's benefiting you and your community. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Ideologically left that you forget you work for the American people.
yeah, Jesse, if you want to follow the rule of law, if there is a deportation order, then by law, you have to deport them. It's not cruel to follow the law.
Like, I couldn't harbor at my house in New Jersey America's Most Wanted. I couldn't just have all of America's Most Wanted in my house, eating and showering all day, and the government at the gate saying, hey, Mr. Waters, we'd like to come in and grab these guys. No, and there was a standoff. I would lose that standoff pretty badly. That's what Mayor Johnson's doing. Mayor Johnson thinks he's another country, like Venezuela, like with a non-extradition treaty, where like you can't move people out. No, you're in the same country. And it's also pretty stupid because he was complaining, Texas, don't send any migrants here.
Yep.
And now he's like, well, don't take them away. Like, which one? Do you want them here or do you not want them here? I'm not really sure. Imagine if Rudy Giuliani, when he was mayor, was harboring Russian hackers on the Lower East Side. And the feds wanted to pick up the Russian hackers, and he was just allowing Russian hackers to work and commit crimes from her little apartment down on the Lower East. No! That would never happen, but because they're Spanish and they're gangbangers, somehow it's different. It's no different at all. Could we put up the picture of the meeting between Homan and Adams for a second? My sources inside City Hall say Homan sat down and just stared at him. He didn't say anything. It was a staring contest. Because you never want to speak first at a meeting. No, you never want to speak first at a meeting. And Adams knew that because it's a power game.
Wait a minute.
And so they just sat there, and for 45 minutes, they just stared at each other.
Okay, wait a minute.
This guy, Jesse Waters, man, he is absolute comedy. But he's absolutely right in his point where he said, you know, we can't be, or these states that are trying to buck back against the system, against Tom Homan and the incoming border czar, they can't just say, hey, we're going to keep these illegals here. You know, that this is we're going to remain a sanctuary city, essentially harboring these fugitives from Tom Homan. It's not the case. Inside the United States, these folks got to get sent back, whether they like it or not. And these folks are going to get shipped back. And then also those folks who have been harboring are going to face penalty and consequences.
There's no one else in that room. Do you have a wiretap or a bug in there? That's illegal. Maybe there's already a legal one in there.
Harold, do you want to be the body language expert and explain to us what happened in this meeting?
I'm glad I listened to Mayor Adams after the meeting, and he said that it was a good meeting. He basically articulated what's been said around the table, and I think Tyrus from the outset said it well. I would differ slightly with Tyrus in just one regard. I think there are a lot of Democrats like me that want.
I'm talking about a progressive. That's like talking about the Tea Party.
Right.
So I'm talking about everyday Democrats.
So, but I think a lot of everyday Democrats. I saw there was a Democrat in the city today. I think the public advocate came out and was critical of Mayor Adams for meeting with Homan and saying he wanted to be helpful in some ways. You're going to have tension in politics. Republicans, you have it on your side. Democrats have it on our side. But I'm glad, to your point, when someone stands up and wants to lead, it's a very, very good thing. Most New Yorkers want their streets safe. Most New Yorkers, an overwhelming number of New Yorkers want safe streets, safe subways, better education outcomes. And whatever his motivation is, Judge, I don't know what I've heard him. He's certainly had a little change on this issue. Because I remember when the migrants were first coming to the city.
He was shaking their hands.
They all were.
I think he tried to play politician. I think he was forced to be politician. He just said, I'm a cop. I'm not doing this anymore.
I like it when politicians, particularly politicians, can say, on Monday 6 weeks ago, I was for position A, but after watching what's happened 6 months later, I've had a change of heart. And whatever that change of heart, I attribute it to him knowing and realizing that his city has been overrun. I'm part of the city that sees it over and over again. And
that's 100%. Excuse me, guys. 100% the reason why Eric Adams had that, change of heart over there in New York. He's seen the way his city was just overruled by the illegal migrants. They were at first, remember, they were the sanctuary city. That was the big journey. They were getting bussed in, they were getting flown in. They literally overran and kind of destroyed the infrastructure there, with the hotels taking up space there, no one being able to, tourists not really wanting to, visit, the crime rate going up. He's seen that all, the back blow of being this so-called sanctuary city. He was like, yeah, I'm definitely on board. Getting the whole clean out Tom Homan, sending these folks back, and there's got to be a better way to do this.
I've had a change of heart, and whatever that change of heart, I attribute it to him knowing and realizing that his city has been overrun. I'm part of the city that sees it over and over again. And finally, I like Tom Homan. I wish him the very best, but I'm reminded of the great Nick Saban, who I think is the greatest college football coach of all time. He said, I always analyze kids when they came into the program. Who were the workhorses and who were the show horses? Be a workhorse, Mr. Homan. You got all the power to do everything you want to do. All the tough guy stuff, just leave it out. Stop preaching to politicians. Just go in and do the job. And you're going to have guys like me, Democrats, supporting you up and down.
I'm a Harold.
Yo, there we have it, guys. I'm kind of with Harold there at the end where he's saying we need Tom Homan to be a workhorse, but you can also be a little bit of a show horse and a workhorse at the same exact time. Can you not? Getting stuff done while also looking good doing it. That's honestly what we're seeing right now. This guy hasn't even, Trump's not even in office yet. We got to think about it. It's not January 20th yet. Still got Biden, his administration in office yet. We're seeing so much being done, said the plans for the future. Everything is just, boom, 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 boom. And these folks haven't stepped foot in office yet. It just shows you that Trump's administration is going to be strong. It's going to be fierce, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, what you can make of it all. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one. We got it.